All right. For this one, we're talking to Mark Raymond again, and we're going to talk, shift gears and talk about Malbec from Argentina with the Finca el Origen. Mark, tell us a little bit about Argentina and Mendoza.
Yeah, so Finca el Origen was, it started out as a farm that was bought by the Santa Carolina winery back about 20 years ago. The Uco Valley, which is where Finca el Origen is some of the most sought after fruit in Argentina. It's a really high quality growing area, high elevation, some of the most pristine lands that they have.
And when we're talking about high elevation, we're talking about how high?
We're looking at like 3,500 feet above sea level.
Yeah.
Really, some of the highest growing areas. I mean, I know there are higher when you go up into the Salta region of Argentina, but the 3,500 feet above sea level is pretty high.
And so what's important about that? Why is that important? And then why is it important for Malbec?
Well, again, high exposure to sunlight, and you're again in the foothills. There's not a lot of rain here, so it's just real clean air. It's the water that you're getting is coming out of the foothills of the Andes. It's all runoff, so there's not a lot of rain. So they've found ways to irrigate through the thaw of the mountains. It's just such a special place, and yeah, I mean, it's just crisp and clean, and
I think that's also one of the keys, and maybe especially with regards to Malbec, is that because you're up in elevation, it cools off pretty quickly at night. So you get a lot of sun during the day, but it cools off, and so that ripening cycle for the grape kind of gets extended because it's ripening only during the day, but then shuts down at night. So you get really good fruit development, flavor, and color and aromatics and stuff. And I think that's what's important really with Malbec, especially why it does so well in Argentina.
Agreed.
Yeah. All right. So tell us a little bit about Finca Origen and how they came to be, how you came to be representing this Malbec and why we have it.
Yeah. So after about 5 years of selling fruit, Finca el Origen realized, hey, this is something that we could be producing on our own and start importing it to the U.S. The Malbec category was pretty strong. So we about 10 years ago, we did our first vintage of Finca el Origen. The Reserva Malbec was the first line. So the Reserva sees about 6 months in oak, which is not a lot of time for a Malbec. It's very, a very light expression of oak with the wine. So it makes it very, very approachable, very accessible, as we've talked about. The winery came to Carolina Wine Brands through Santa Carolina, and we were pretty excited to represent it. We've had some really wonderful scores through the years. It's a great fan of James Suckling. He's constantly giving it
South American wines.
Yeah, wonderful scores. But I think the expression of the Uco Valley and what Malbec does in that area, just it's some of the best Malbec that comes out of the world, I think.
So let's just talk specifically about the flavor, the style of the wine. It spends a limited time amount of oak aging. So we get a lot of fruit development. Flavors such as what do you taste in the wine?
Well, typical notes out of Malbec, you get a blueberry expression right up front, but you've got some other dark fruits, but it's got a really nice elegance to it. Really soft, real approachable. I love that it has just like this subtle sort of cocoa note to it. Mm-hmm. And being someone that is married to an Argentine, I do drink a lot of Malbec, and we do eat a lot of beef around the house. This is one that's always a go-to for us.
Right. Well, I think you can pretty much have it with anything. It's like, I find, and why I like to use it in the restaurants is because it's got a little bit softer tannins than Cabernet, but it's got great fruit and really kind of goes with a lot of stuff. And you know, obviously with our restaurants and having a variety of styles and food offerings and whatnot, it really works well, and that's what's so nice about it. Obviously, the classic pairing for Malbecs in Argentina is going to be, you know, meats off of the grill, but it's definitely accessible to other things as well.
Yeah.
Cool.
Matter of fact, it's wonderfully utilized in both of your fish houses, and you know, the fish restaurants do very, very well with it. So it's exciting to see how well received it is in those teams.
All right. Any final thoughts? You know, selling points or whatnot that you like to throw in there for staff?
I think one of the other most important things to know about it is, you know, it is a small winery, and it is everything's hand harvested. You know, so everything's taken right down to the smallest detail. You know, with you know, just making sure that there's not a lot of manipulation with the wine. It's a very simple and well-made wine.
Yeah.
So.
Cool. I like it. So simple, well-made, great flavor, easy to drink, and works with a lot of foods. So nice. All right. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
Thank you.